Hello guys, pleasure to be here. Relationships.com TV, John Remus here. Alright, so I'm going to do a little breakdown on whatever the factors are, whether it's corrupted people in government, who by the way, I think the top officials shouldn't really be paid. They should just be volunteers who, you know, are nice diplomatic people who have the financial success to the point such that they can volunteer to high public office, governor, president, mayor, etc. And then the people should pay for the rest, the bureaucracy, the police, the security, and then we can have a, you know, go in the direction of less corruption. That aside, there are different factors that influence whether a person can operate at their best. Sometimes they make choices to, you know, not eat, you know, maybe a plant-oriented diet. Even things like soy, though, you have to, you know, watch out for. And I've heard they promote estrogen, and they're just not good. And of course, exercise, making sure that you're, you know, running, moving around, doing stuff. And, you know, there are other factors that contribute to whether a person can engage in critical thinking. Sometimes giving people money or spoiling them or distracting them, or they being distracted by material riches and material Maya realm, that can all lead to not thinking strategically about the future. You know, they say necessity is the mother of invention, which means that when people are in difficult situations or they see problems, then they say right away, okay, I'm going to change this. I'm going to stop, you know, using drugs to escape. I'm going to start deep breathing. I'm going to start eating vegan. You know, go running every morning. Respect people's space. You know, starts thinking and speaking in a more formal manner so as to attract what you want in your world, instead of being negative and trying to bash people you don't like. Focus on what you do like. But there are some other things that people will do, like, for example, dentists will promote the use of fluoride, which is a neurotoxin, and it affects critical thinking and the third eye, the connectedness to the world. You know, there are other things, like, of course, you may know Wi-Fi, and like putting your cell phone next to your ear. Even putting your cell phone in your hip, it might affect your reproductive area. And, you know, there are other things, though. You know, there are things like, basically it's two things. It's either you don't know about it and you're oblivious to it, being exposing yourself to an unideal or unnecessary situation like big pharma, or maybe you have choices to make to live closer to where you are, so you can be more environmentally friendly as far as your commute. And, you know, there are things to weigh. Then there's what I call irresponsible childbearing, where the people don't have sufficient financial stability in order to actually have kids. And then what happens is, guess what? They become greedy and partly out of need, because they have to maybe do a job they don't like in order to support their kids. And so it's a cycle. So it really does, you know, poverty and criminality really does start at childbirth, you know, how the person comes into this world. So can we and should we as a society try to control or manage who gets to have children? Perhaps we should. What about drug usage? You know, definitely we don't want people driving or working under the influence. But people have to realize on their own, I believe, that, you know, how to really be the point is ultimate awareness, not putting yourself in compromising situations like taking drugs, getting blasted by Wi-Fi, fluoride, chlorine in water. You know, do your investigations, and even such things as making a transition to using less U.S. currency. Just the currency itself has, you know, it costs money to make it, and the people who print it, or the perhaps the quote-unquote banksters, or whatever you want to call them, Illuminati, people who want to just have a bunch of sheep working for them. That's essentially what it is. Because if you think about it, what actually is it? What is this? It's kind of this mentality of being royal, quote-unquote, ruling over others versus being royal and classy and ruling over yourself. And the idea of royal over others means that you make other people slaves, you make money off of interest, you don't really, the goal is to avoid work. But the goal, ruling over yourself, means learning many things, learning massage therapy, learning healthy, lifestyle habits, psychology, so that you don't have to hire all these people, and maybe plumbing, basic different things. So you don't have to hire all these people to do these things, and it becomes a more efficient society when everyone's intelligent and basically knows how to do things. So, different things on the table in the direction of responsibility and a better world. We don't have to completely homogenize and be one culture and just be all the same, but I think we should incorporate many cultures and also have some commonalities and appreciate each other, which is happening. It takes time, though, for things to improve. But do what you can. Thanks for considering. Aloha.